DKOldies, good old DKOldies. I thought we were done. I thought we had broken up. I made an open letter to you guys telling you guys how to sort of fix your business practices, focus less on your crappy YouTube channel where people are just downvoting your videos and complaining about things, focus more on the things that you should be focused on, delivering high quality products to consumers who are buying your games and your systems at exorbitant prices. Now, the DKOldies situation I feel like has been covered very well. Some people have been milking it to absolute death, but you know what? If people weren't watching these videos, nobody would be milking them. To catch you up to speed though, DKOldies is essentially a retro video game website. When you go on this website, if you have any sort of idea of the price of retro video games and retro video game consoles, you would notice everything is very expensive. More expensive than the actual going rate is by far. We're talking not just a few dollars, we're talking potentially hundreds of dollars with these systems. People started buying these systems and quickly realizing they're not in the best shape. People were making videos, seemed like every day somebody else was getting a whole bunch of product in from DKOldies, and these systems were kind of the main focal point of things because the systems, if they worked, they weren't in great working condition. They had cosmetic flaws, this, that, and the other. And well, if they were disclosing that that was the situation with these systems, that was indeed the case. The problem was DKOldies was referring to these products as refurbished. Now, when you talk about something being refurbished, you would think that it would be, somebody taking it, cleaning it out, making sure everything is working right, inspecting if things are working right. If things are not working right, then they would go ahead and fix them. But that was not the case. Now, I should have bought something, because that would have been easy views, see me ranting and raving. But what can you do? Hindsight is 2020, but what can you do? That's kind of the motif for this video, because it seemed like there was nothing that anyone could really do to rattle the DKOldies phenomenon. They're still one of the biggest retro gaming websites in the world, and while people are informed about them more so now, the average consumer is still going to go into Google, type in retro video games, and DKOldies is going to pop up. We could sit here and make all the videos in the world sort of trashing this company and trying to make them realize you have potential to be a great company. You have a huge inventory of stuff. You could do a lot of things right within this gaming sphere, but instead you try to do everything as half-assed as humanly possible. Well, what can you do? How about a lawsuit? How about a class action lawsuit? Now, I'm not someone who necessarily believes that every time a class action lawsuit is announced that something is going to happen with it, but this definitely caught my eye, and this was reported by Vito Comedy, who is a comedian. He does a podcast with Dick Masterson. I like it. I watch it sometimes. It's pretty funny. Some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with, but I'm a normal human being, and I can decide whether I want to agree with someone or not on a certain topic. But he made this post, and it definitely caught my eye. Treehouse Law LLP, have you purchased any refurbished consoles from DKOldies? You may have been deceived by false advertising and entitled to financial compensation, and a form pops up on Facebook that you can sign up for. Now, what's interesting about this is, there's a lot of things that go into this. First and foremost, we have to see who Treehouse Law is. Are they an actual company? Are they an actual thing? So let's go ahead and check that out. And a quick little Google search, and we get Treehouse Law LLP. The practices, their team, the people involved in them. They can get a case evaluation by calling this number. Practices, about them. You can see, it's a law website. They are taking inquiries on different things. Let's go ahead and take a look at the people involved here. They appear to be real people with, real names and real jobs. Like, I'm sure they're not like fake lawyers or something like that. But we can really get back to the whole thing about how this can actually be a thing. So this is their area of expertise. We could see here different sorts of stuff such as food and beverage labeling, dietary supplement labeling, compliance, environmental claims, misleading sales tactics, which I think we're going to file this under that, and cosmetic and personal care product labeling, crypto and NFT fraud, defective product and product liability. But I think the misleading sales tactics is pretty much what this firm is going to be focusing on with this case. Now, you have to get into the whole thing, is there a legal definition of refurbished? Because one person's definition of refurbished can be different than the other person's definition of refurbished. And that's where we get into the whole law side of things, because my idea of refurbished is, a cleaning, making sure everything is working, and if something is not working up to snuff, it will then be working up to snuff. Kind of like in the stupid videos they show of them refurbishing Wii's, which we all know is not true, because every single system that has gone out to consumers that have made a YouTube video on it has been nothing of that quality. And you have to remember, they're not just selling to YouTubers, they're selling to everyone in the world. So imagine what little Johnny is opening on his birthday. He's got some crusty ass GameCube, and crusty ass thing doesn't even work. It's some crappy third-party controller, because God forbid they send you a first-party controller. Got to cut costs at every angle. Little crappy thing to adjust to your HD television. It's very crappy. This should be DKOldies, crappy and crusty. And when you look at the FTC and sort of what they have on rebuilt or refurbished products in this case, there isn't a whole lot going on here. This is the only thing that I could really find that was involving any sort of stuff like that. It is an unfair, deceptive act or practice to advertise merchandise that is used or composed of reconditioned materials without specifically disclosing that fact in the advertisement. I mean, they do put that they are refurbished products, but they aren't actually refurbished products. They're more used products because you haven't actually done anything to them. And then this is basically saying that you have to, disclose that this is a used product or a reconditioned product, whatever the case may be. So the problem sort of lies in, what can actually be done about this in terms of a class action lawsuit. And I think you have to sort of look at the law and then apply the law into a practical standpoint instead of just reading the letter of the law, because I don't feel like there is necessarily something saying, hey, if you say something's refurbished, it has to be refurbished. It all sort of comes down to the fact of what is the definition of refurbished. Now, if DKOldies said everything was refurbished, then maybe they would have a case here. But the fact that they have used products, or they have products that are considered, cosmetically damaged or something, I feel like that is where the separation can really be with this lawsuit, because of the fact, or this potential lawsuit, I should say, because of the fact that they are able to identify when a product is different than what they consider to be refurbished. You see what I'm saying? If they say that this product has cosmetic defects, then they are saying that, yes, this is a different sort of product than our refurbished products are. So by differentiating, you are sticking with that refurbished branding. It really comes down to terms and technicalities and, what ends up happening with this. Does anything end up happening with this? And, it's tough to say. I never thought that the Joy-Con stuff would gain as much steam as it ended up doing, but Nintendo was put into a position with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons where they had to address it, and they had to do something with it. And I feel like this could potentially be something with DKOldies. And the thing that drives me crazy about it is all of this can be avoided very easily if you just took the time to do what you say you're doing. That's all people want you to do. If they're going to pay a premium price for something, at least give them a premium product. At least take the time to clean out the system. Make sure everything is working right with the system. I understand things are going to fall through the cracks. That happens in every business. No business is perfect, and no electronics are ever perfect. You got things that arrive that aren't arrival. I get it, but when it's a consistent thing and it's a consistent problem that happens time and time and time and time again, and YouTubers, pretty much every YouTuber who buys something from the website is getting a product that is not of a high quality whatsoever, you have to imagine that people that are buying these products from their websites also aren't getting a product of high quality. So it'll be interesting to see. If you're not gonna change your ways and you're not gonna try to be a better business, then maybe this is the right step. Maybe this is what needs to be done. Get a boot up your ass, get you scared a little bit, and make you realize, hey, we need to straighten this shit out before it gets out of control. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell notification as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.